Avatar Legends the fighting game is officially releasing on July 23rd, and after spending a good amount of time with the beta from July 2nd to July 5th, I have some thoughts. Overall, I think the game's really fun. Honestly, I had way more fun than I expected, but at the same time, there are a few concerns that could make or break this game's future. Today I want to talk about what I liked, what worried me, and whether I think Avatar Legends has a chance to succeed in what is shaping up to be a ridiculously stacked fighting game landscape. First things first, the game feels good. The movement is fun, the visuals are great, and being able to play characters from the Avatar universe in a fighting game is honestly a dream come true. As someone who's played fighting games for years, there were so many moments during the beta where I thought, oh man, this game is so fun. The game definitely has that I want to play one more set, just run it back feeling where you just want to keep queuing up for more and more matches because you're having fun, you're learning as you're playing, and the games themselves are actually pretty fast. They only take about 1 to 2 minutes in a round max. They tend to go kind of quick, so it just very fast-paced, very engaging. Here's one of the problems about the game, or at least one of the biggest criticisms, is the execution. This can be an issue that I've seen discussed from both casual and competitive players. The game's hard. And I'm not talking about strategy or learning matchups per se. I'm talking about just actual combo execution that is required to play this game. It can be kind of demanding. There's a lot of routes and options of where you want to go with the combo and how you want to end it, how you want to extend it. But a lot of these routes feel a little bit difficult, a little bit tight in execution. Now, I do believe with time it's going to be possible, but the problem is just that not everyone wants to spend that much time in the lab in figuring out how to continue combos, right? How to keep chaining things into other things. Now, I've been playing fighting games for quite some time at this point, but mainly I've stuck to NetherRealm Studios titles like Injustice and Mortal Kombat. I did spend some time with Invincible Versus, a little bit with 2XKO, but my niche of games has mostly been in the NRS space, and coming from that space, I do find that these combos are more challenging, but after, spending some hours in the lab, I did find myself getting better, but I do think there is a long way to go for myself personally to get better at this game, and I do think it's going to take some time. At the end of the day, I do think players are going to struggle, but this is Avatar, and it's a huge franchise for a casual audience, and there's a lot of people that could be interested in this. If new players jump in and they feel like they can't do anything cool, that could be an issue I could see happening, and you gotta hope that just the gameplay and how engaging and exciting it looks makes them want to get good. So that being said, difficult execution isn't the worst thing because some players actually love when you have difficult combos. There's something satisfying about spending time grinding in training mode and then landing your combos, your resets, your setups, all that stuff in real matches. There is a certain sense of satisfaction that comes along with doing that, and Avatar Legends definitely delivers in that front. So I do think there is something that for competitive players, there's going to be a lot of depth and longevity as long as they want to continue playing and exploring this game. When it comes to the casual players though, they may find it intimidating. There are auto combos, but that can only get you so far. I feel like the game really wants you to take the time to explore, and only time is going to tell if those players are willing to spend that time exploring and creating and learning how to play this game. But what if we're just talking about pure potential? In that case, I do think the game has a ton of potential. It has a massive IP. There's so many people that love Avatar from the show growing up. It's crazy to think this show came out 20 years ago, but People love Avatar, and the gameplay is really fun. The characters are recognizable, and there's just a lot to build on here with what is possible, and I can see this game becoming something special should people spend the time to get into it. Now, also, the game is pretty cheap. It's only $30 US, which is far, far below the standard market rate of games coming out these days, mainly because the game itself doesn't have like as many characters in it and stuff like that, but what is in the game is really, really good. And this is just based on the beta. There was more stuff like a story mode that I haven't seen anything about yet. There's tutorials and in the game as well that I didn't get to explore, so I'm definitely excited to see what the final product is going to look like. Now here's the scary thing. Marvel Tokon. That game is coming out 2 weeks after the launch of Avatar Legends, and the timing is pretty brutal. Marvel is one of the biggest names in fighting games. It's a brand that instantly grabs attention, and there's going to be a lot of players who simply just don't have the time to dedicate themselves to learning 2 brand new fighting games at once, and they're going to choose, are they going to go with Marvel Tokon or are they going to go with Avatar? And I genuinely do worry that Avatar could lose a significant portion of its player base almost immediately. Now, here's the interesting thing though. I did run a poll on Twitter asking people which game they were more interested in. And surprisingly, Avatar won by quite a bit, actually, almost double the percentage of people that chose just Marvel Tokon chose Avatar. Now, there were also people that said they would play both, but regardless, the results were kind of shocking to me. But I do wonder if my audience influenced the results, since, you know, many of you know me through games like Mortal Kombat or Invincible Versus, rather than like hardcore Marvel players. But regardless, seeing that amount of interest in Avatar is encouraging. So in terms of final thoughts, where do I stand right now? I think Avatar Legends is really fun, has tremendous potential. I think it could build a strong competitive scene, but I also think it's going to face some serious challenges, mainly in terms of the execution barrier. That's going to be something that is going to make or break this, I think, for some people at least, and the timing of Marvel Tokon. Those are like the big factors. But with that said, I do really want this game to succeed. I think it's going to be so much fun, and it's just really been a breath of fresh air for me personally when it comes to fighting games. If the developers continue supporting it, and if the players stick with it, I do genuinely think that Avatar Legends could become one of the coolest fighting games we've had in a long time. So those are generally my thoughts. Let me know in the comments. Did you play the beta? Are you planning to buy Avatar Legends? And if you had to choose only one, would you go with Avatar Legends, or would you go with Marvel Tokon, or would you want to play both? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure you leave a like and subscribe, because I will be putting out a lot more content for Avatar Legends when the game releases on July 23rd. And I'll see you guys in the next video.